All right, just following on from what Eddie Hearn said about offering Anthony Yarde a fight against Callum Johnson in his most recent IFL interview. Eddie Hearn also said in that interview that Anthony Yarde was offered a world title shot against Artur Beterbiev recently, which he has turned down. Now, Eddie Hearn says that Fish Eyes is talking rubbish, basically, because when Coogan put the possibility of Anthony Yarde fighting Callum Johnson to Fish Eyes kind of skirted around it and said, well, we're kind of looking for world title aspirations for Anthony Yarde. We're not really looking necessarily at a Callum Johnson fight right now. He didn't completely rule it out, but he was kind of, at the very least, non-committal about Yarde facing Callum Johnson. He certainly wasn't anywhere near as enthusiastic about Yarde facing Johnson as he was about Yarde facing Frank Buglioni. Now, as far as Yarde, Fish Eyes, Tunde Ajayi, etc., turning down a Beterbiev fight, that's what I would expect them to do. Look at the level of opposition that Anthony Yarde's been fighting lately. Clearly, his team do not believe he's anywhere near ready to be getting in the ring with an Artur Beterbiev right now. If they did, they'd be matching him a lot tougher than they have been matching him. So, Yarde is still being treated with kid gloves. He's been moved very slowly. He didn't have much of an amateur career. So, that is what that is. People have been talking to me about the fact that Yarde is number 2 in the WBO rankings. I wouldn't pay too much attention to that. Just because he's number 2 in the WBO rankings, it don't mean he's going to fight the champions anytime soon. They could make him mandatory. It don't mean he has to take his mandatory opportunity. If they made him mandatory in the next 6 months, believe you me, he ain't going to take his mandatory opportunity. He ain't going to go fight Kovalev in the next 6 months to 12. That's not going to happen. So, when it comes to Anthony Yarde, don't worry about looking at the rankings. Fish Eyes and Tunde Ajayi are going to continue moving him at the pace they feel is needed to develop him sufficiently to groom him and mold him into a world level fighter. Clearly, they don't believe he's there yet. Hence why they're moving him so slow. So, as a boxing fan and as somebody who thinks Anthony Yarde is a precocious talent, I am kind of frustrated at seeing him moved so slowly because I want to see what he can do at a higher level. But at the same time, I'm kind of curious as to why they're moving him so slow. I understand, as I've already said, that sorry for that noise there, people, but I understand, as I've already said, that he didn't have much of an amateur career. But when I look at him, technically, he looks polished enough to be stepped up. So I'm wondering why they're not stepping him up a bit more than they've been stepping him up recently. I'm wondering why. What are they hiding? What are they worried about with Anthony Yarde? That's what I'm curious about. Yeah, because I think he looks like a precocious talent, but can he take a shot? Does he have the heart? These are the things I'm questioning right now because of the way he's being moved so slowly. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below about Anthony Yarde. And again, don't pay attention to rankings, man. They ain't going to put him in with Beterbiev or Kovalev. Well, Kovalev's the WBO champion. They ain't going to put him in with Kovalev anytime soon. Regardless of where Yarde is ranked with the WBO. Fish Eyes has always had a very close relationship with the WBO. And that's why Yarde is ranked so highly. Because of Fish Eyes' relationship with them. I would suggest, at least. I can't prove that for a fact, but I know for a fact that Fish Eyes has had a close relationship with them for a long time. And just look at all the Fish Eyes fighters who have got WBO world title shots and who have become WBO world champions. There are many of them. So, yeah, let me know how you feel in the comment section below, people. It's happening. I'm out.